my God, Jeffrey, look at her butt. It is so big. Happy New Year, Jeffrey.
We did it.
We did it. We made it. 2023 has come to an end. 2024 is
What's
here.
this video?
It's our yearly wrap-up.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about
Board games.
and
Resolutions.
Exactly. Nope, that's a different video.
Damn it.
It was so close though. It's all about reflection on
Oh, we're not
the
doing
year.
a resolution.
That's the next video.
Got it.
Stay tuned for that, okay?
Had hair in my mouth.
Yeah, you did. Today's video is all about, it's our recap, okay? It's our 2023 year in review. We do one of these every single year. And this is our third one that we're doing. We did 2021, 2022, now it's 2023, okay?
Been doing this 3 years.
The channel almost, yeah.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. You know, weird, wild world out there. So what we typically do here is we just reflect on the year. We talk about the games, we go through stats, we talk about everything
Jamie
that
loves
happened.
stats.
I love stats.
Jamie loves stats.
I do. I really, really do. But before we jump into our 2023 year in review, we have 2 giveaway winners to announce.
We do.
For 2 different giveaways that we have held, and we kept forgetting to announce winners. So we're going to do it right now.
We did it.
Okay? So we had a giveaway for Wasabi, which is a new game coming from KTBG, and it was gone through Kickstarter, so the winner is going to win a pledge for Wasabi. So the winner of Wasabi is Timbo Rocks Loud.
Timbo Rocks Loud.
You sure the heck do, Timbo.
How does Timbo Rocks Loud contact us? Email,
fostermeeple@gmail.com, or if you're in the Discord, feel free to private message one of us, and we will get your information to send it to KTBG.
so you can get your stuff.
Exactly. Now, the next giveaway that we had was for our Villainous tournament.
Correct.
Right? So this was for the Oogie Boogie filled with fright set, as well as Introduction to Evil, which is the new set for the older characters.
Yeah, the
originals,
re-implementation.
The OGs.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the winner for this one is Roxas77.
Roxas.
What?
It's an X. Roxas77.
Roxas77. That's basically what I said. So, same for you. Email us, fostermeeple@gmail.com, or if you're in the Discord, please feel free to private message us. We're going to get all your information.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And thank you to KTBG and Ravensburger for
Yes.
supporting these giveaways.
Thank you. Okay. So,
Get to your stats,
here we
Jamie.
go. We always start off with some statistics.
I'm
all
just
right?
here.
Jeff's here.
Should I have
along for
another
the
candy?
ride. No.
Why?
Because people like to complain about nearly everything
People
we do
don't like
these
when I
days.
have candy
So
on there.
Jeff's not allowed to have candy anymore. Heaven forbid. Can you come closer to me? You're like there. Okay.
Well, now it's not in the middle.
Well, if I look at the sides and they're equal. The side by the lamp and the side by my lamp, equal blue.
They're not, but...
They are. That's my side, so it's just a little teeny. 2023 was a year where we played 1,203 plays of 444 different games. Some might say our biggest year yet. Some might say it because it's true.
Oh, we're about truth now. Admitting truth.
Oh my God. Fine. Jeff, you were right.
Thank
the
you.
camera was at a weird
Thank you.
angle.
Thank you.
Anyways, 1,203 plays for 444 different games. This is definitely our best year so far. Although in previous years we didn't track BGA plays in the same way that we are now. So that attributes a lot to these numbers. So I've broken it down for you.
Even without BGA, though, we still play
Jeff,
a heck ton of games.
I'm so glad that you said that, because we had 724 physical plays,
That's
which
a lot.
is more than last year.
That's almost... How many? 700 and...
Oh, don't get me to do the math.
700 and something? So it's basically...
724
okay,
physical
so
games.
that's almost like... That's exactly 2 games a day, every
Mhm.
day for the entire year.
Sure was. And so 444 different games. Like, this is crazy. These are crazy numbers, people. And this is just what we're doing, you know? It just is what it is. We out here. Now, that number does not include any of Jeff's digital route plays.
Mm-hmm.
We don't track them, but just throw another like 20, 30, 40.
I would say probably 40 to 50.
40 plays for Jeff on route alone, okay? 274 of those games were new to us this year. Okay, so we played a bunch of new to us games. A lot of them came from 2023. In fact, we had 104 plays of 2023 releases. I had to add one from our previous video because we just played one.
And we could be missing a few things.
Oh, we could be. That's totally possible because I haven't been as like fanatic about tracking everything this year. I haven't been as a previous. So there are some things that are missing. We played in person with over 50 different people, which is actually less than last year because we did more convention travels last year. Our biggest month was March. We played 109 games. We played 109 plays. I don't know what happened.
Was that our Gameathon?
Yeah, we did. It was a Gameathon. Our lowest month was September with 39 plays. And that's not that surprising because we were Disneying. And when we were at Disney, we didn't play no games.
Yeah.
Not even one game.
We lost 2 weeks. So we played 39 games in 2 weeks in September.
Yeah. So this year, we played 18 games over 10 times. Mm-hmm. So we smashed the 10 by 10 that we didn't even set up. It was a challenge we didn't set for ourselves, and we freaking smashed it. Yeah. So 10 by 10. Our most played games, so these are going to skew a little bit because Jeff plays a lot on BGA, so we'll talk about that. But I played Numsters 27 times. We played Nana 25 times.
Checks out.
We've played Lorcana 23 times.
Checks out.
Sea Salt and Papes 20.
I would have thought that would have been more.
I've played Final Girl 15 times, Villainous 13 times, we played Town 66. Jeff played Boop almost 30 times alone. With Joe. Dice Throne 10 times, No Thanks 10 times, go on and on and on and on and on. Jeff's also played a lot of Great Western Trail Patchwork. And what is Gas?
Great Western Trail?
No.
Gas.
Castles of Burgundy is what that's supposed to say. But I wrote down Gas. But it's supposed to be Castle of Burgundy. So Jeff played a lot of those online on the BGAs. So let's just dive in a little bit to the BGA. Just a little bit more. So just so you kind of have an idea of how serious we are about BGA. For those that don't know what
BGA is, it's called Board Game Arena. And it is a free-to-play online resource for board games. Because some people don't realize that it's free.
It's free.
You can pay a premium membership to get, and we have no affiliation with BGA, so this isn't. No. But you can pay to get access to different games and do some other stuff. But it's free.
Exactly.
You can hop on and play.
You can play.
And we have a whole group.
We do. Join our Discord.
Join our Discord and play some BGA games with friends.
Exactly. Okay. So BGA, Jeff played 84 different games. No, sorry. Jeff played 94 different games. 341 plays with 84 different people on BGA alone.
I try to keep 7 to 10-ish games going constantly.
He's always taken turns. I am a little bit slower at BGA.
I'd probably play more BGA games if Jamie wasn't so slow taking her turns.
So I played 96 different games, so I played more variety, but less plays, so 220 plays.
Yeah, that's fair because
you play the same thing.
I play with the same people most of the time.
Yeah.
And we're normally playing the same stuff.
Totally.
Out of a collection of like 6 or so games.
And I played with 96 different people. So I play less. I play more variety with more people, but less plays. Mm-hmm. Jeff's a little bit more concentrated. Mm-hmm. But those are the stats for this year. And so overall, I think we did freaking good.
Certainly no one can accuse us of not playing enough games.
That's true.
Because
some people try.
Some people try.
Before we get into other things, let's just do a general reflection of 2023.
Juno's in the kitchen.
Juno's in the kitchen. And it is still 2023. And so that is part of the year for sure. She's up there doing God knows what. So as a whole, 2023 was overall a good year, I think. Like, there was nothing that, like, well, there was one thing that happened that was...
Yeah, that sucked.
broke my heart. We lost our dog, Kaya, and we're not going to talk about it. But that was probably the worst thing that happened. But we definitely traveled a little bit less.
It's been a steady year.
It's been a very steady year.
Very steady.
Yeah. Whereas, like, 2022 was, like, crazy. There was so much going on in our lives.
I wonder if this year felt steady because of the year prior. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say so. But, like, we had... the Doolins came to visit, so our friends Emily and Doolin, or Josh Doolin, from Table Knots came to stay with us for like 10 days. That was definitely a highlight. We played a bunch of games with them, and they were the only ones that came to visit us this year.
Quick little shout out to all of our other friends who were supposed to come visit and didn't this year.
And then they didn't.
But again, we went and visited everyone else.
We always do.
They never come visit us.
2024 is the year of people visiting us.
Yeah, we're basically saying to all of our friends that are watching this, we're not coming to visit you in 2024. So take that.
Not doing it. We were way less sick this year. You've been a little bit more sick recently, but last year, like, everything was sickness city. We moved into our house fully at the end of last year, so really we've been doing some stuff to the house here and there, but, like, it's just been a very...
We moved in 2 years ago, Jamie.
What?
End of 2022, yeah. We've been in this house for 2 years.
No, it's the end of 2023 right now. We moved in September 2022.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff's memory's been slipping a little bit.
That is fact.
That is fact. But yeah, so it's just been overall a good year minus the one big bad thing that happened. A few things, and let's get into the conventions and our board game vacations, because as you know, when we go on a trip, it's primarily for a board game vacation type of thing. So we did Gen Con for the first year ever this year. We do have a whole, like, recap video about it. It was an experience. An overwhelming one for some of us.
I don't know if I'll ever go back.
Jeff's not sure, but I think he would go back. You're going to go back if an opportunity comes up for him to do something like he did with Ravensburger last year or something like that.
Yeah, if I was, like, sponsored to go or something, I would. And this isn't, like, a shout out to try and make
shout out for sponsors.
that happen. But if anyone does want me to go to Gen Con, I am open to it. It's just a lot of people. And I wouldn't want to spend my own money to get there and then have that experience. Like, at least going with Ravensburger, I had a purpose. And so it was like, okay, I know what I need to do, and I'm going to go do that thing.
Yeah.
Because my issue is just, I don't know, I learned at Gen Con, I always used to say, like, I have social anxieties, and I do have a bit of that. But I think it's more so, I get claustrophobic. I don't like being surrounded. I have a big issue with people being, like, close behind, over my shoulders. And at Gen Con, I just was getting...
The area got smaller and smaller.
But that being said, I got to see Nick and Mike. I did get a chance to go to Disney with Nick, which we'll get to. But I did briefly get to see Mike before he had some personal stuff he had to go deal with at Gen Con. So that was certainly awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome for all the people that we got to see and hang out with, for sure.
It's a tough one for me, for sure.
I'm going to be going for sure next year because I will be working for Van Ryder at the booth. Or at the convention in general. So it's going to be like a recurring, I'll be there every year, basically. But Jeff is going to be up in the air. We have a lot of people that ask us, like, what, should I go to Gen Con? And it's like, are you ready for it?
It's really hard when those questions get asked, it's really hard for me to provide an opinion. It's the same as when people like, do you think I'll like this game? Like, I don't know. I have no idea. I like this game. That doesn't mean you will. And I also almost don't like throwing out my opinion.
Yeah.
Because then if they have a bad experience with the game or if they had a bad experience at Gen Con, like I feel responsible for that.
And then the only other board game convention that we went to this year was PAX Unplugged, which we go to every year. This year it was a totally different feeling at PAX. And I think it's because typically we have way more of like the same people that typically come. Like the Table Knots crew. Nick and Mike weren't able to come. Like there was a bunch of people that didn't come that we would usually be spending more time with, and so we had more free time than usual to spend with other people that we typically don't get to spend a lot of time with. So it was different, but it was really good. And we'll be going to PAX every year, and hopefully we'll be doing some kind of a cool meetup or special thing, which maybe we'll talk about in our next video week.
Yeah, PAX is always great. It was nice to do the
we
Discord
love
meetup.
Philadelphia.
It was nice to sit down and play with some members when we had a chance to. It was good.
Yeah. We also did another GaggleCon this year, so we went to go visit our friends Rodney and Christy over in PEA, and we played a bunch of games.
Always a blast.
Always a blast. We're hoping we'll definitely do it again this year, but maybe change the scenery. Who knows?
Yeah.
We don't know. But we're excited to do it again because we get to play so many games and chat, and Rodney force feeds us all his coffee experimentation that makes Jeff like full of caffeine.
I don't know if we ever told Rodney this, but so Rodney gave me it was a red eye.
Red eye, I think it was called. It was like 10 shots of espresso.
Which is like just an insane shot of espresso, and I was in another planet.
It was almost like he was high.
I was gone. I was like gone. Anyway.
Yeah. Jeff didn't sleep for a week.
Yeah, it was nuts.
But it was awesome. Jeff went to Kentucky to visit our friends, our Table Nut friends, and got to play a bunch of games. Then Max poisoned him.
Max poisoned me.
And then he was doing lots of throwing up and stuff, which is always great.
The end of that trip was rough.
But it was still a fun trip overall.
It's always a blast to see them. I love that crew, and it's a tough one because we're like, it's your turn to come visit us, but like, I wish they were closer.
Yeah.
But yeah, then Max poisoned me, and I'll never let him live it down.
No, Max, if you ever did that to me, we'd be over.
World War III.
World War III. Okay. We also visited Billy and Michelle in Jersey.
We did.
We took a little Jersey vacation when it wasn't winter, which we typically always go in the winter, and that was awesome. And they have a channel, Second Star to the Left. Go check them out. But we played some games for sure, but that was more just like, what do we feel like doing today?
I spent a lot of time sitting on the couch reading my book.
Yeah. It was just a nice visit. We played some games. We got some amazing food. We had Shake Shack. Jeff, here's a stat. Jeff ate at Shake Shack probably 75 times, and we don't live near one.
I discovered Shake Shack in 2023.
That was a big moment for you.
And it might have been the highlight of my 2023.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I've probably had Shake Shack like 25 times this year, which is crazy considering we don't have Shake Shack here. It's not a thing that exists.
It doesn't exist. Yeah. We also did go to Disney with our friend Nick Murphy from the Brothers Murph. So it wasn't a board game vacation, but we went with a board game family member.
We did, yeah.
Right? So we were there for like, did we go for 3 weeks or 2 weeks?
I think it was like 11 days or something, 12 days?
12 days, I think. We went for 12 days, and Nick was a trooper coming to Disney with us. We do not relent when it comes to Disney, although it was freakishly hot this year.
I actually feel like Nick had a bit more stamina this time than we did.
We struggled because, we're from Canada.
It was,
and that heat hits.
It was the hottest I've ever experienced, I think.
Same. It was crazy.
But it was amazing. The weather was crazy this trip. I just quickly want to mention, we
saw lightning with no rain.
We at one point where we went back to the resort, and the lightning, I've never experienced this before. I don't know if this is probably a normal phenomenon down there, but the lightning, here if you get lightning, it'll be a lightning bolt.
With
and then
thunder.
It'll thunder, and then a minute or two later, you'll see another one. This was constant. It was just...
And there was no thunder.
No stop in the lightning. It was just constant lightning.
It was lightning.
No thunder. The whole lightning for 2 hours.
The Floridians were unbothered by it.
And the rain.
And so it wasn't raining, and then suddenly
Nick went to the park.
Yeah, it was crazy. We were supposed to meet him there, and we were like, we cannot leave.
Nick, it's monsoon here. And he's like, I'm at the park.
So anyways, we had an amazing trip with Nick. We had the blast, and that was all of our travel for this year, which is crazy because it feels like we were, well, I shouldn't say that. I went to Tennessee twice.
Yeah, for work stuff. Yeah.
A bunch. 2 times. Back over to YouTube stuff. We did put out 153 videos this year. Last year we did 148.
I mean, we're going to be pretty consistent because we always do 3 a week.
We always do 3. So the reason we had less last year was because of how sick I kept getting.
Yeah.
But this year knock on, well, the year's almost over. So 2023, I was like barely sick at all.
Mm-hmm.
So we really didn't miss much unless there was some kind of a weird thing.
Yeah, I think I was sick. I was sick enough for the both of us in the past 3 or 4 months.
Couple months. Yeah. But yeah, so I think that we're gonna maintain the schedule.
I think that'll be pretty consistent.
Yeah, so Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays have been working for us. Every year I say that I will be less strict about it, and every year I try and fail, and I will force myself to do all of the videos. But if it ever gets to be too much, but if it ever does, maybe we'll stop. So
stop doing 3 a week.
Yeah, 3 a week. Yeah, God, stop. No.
I've been trying to get Jamie to cut down to 2 a week forever, and she just won't.
I can't do it. We also started Twitch this year.
And kind of petered off with it, though.
It did, yeah. So here's the thing about being over ambitious, is that we were like, we'll do 3 videos a week and 3 streams a week. That's 6 things to do. So we would literally have something we'd have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Mm-hmm. We would skip Mondays. And it did, in fact, become too much. So we were Jeff was streaming video games, retro games. I was streaming on Fridays for Final Girl. And then we would do Sunday Fun Day, where we would stream together. Yeah. And it just got to the point where it was like, it was too much, and it soured us a little bit. I think we're like, this is too much. Like, we can't be doing all this. And so the one thing that had to slide,
I don't know if I got soured. I was just like, I can't.
I think it was burnt out more than soured.
I need my own time.
Yeah. And so like it petered off, and I will say, like, we haven't done a Twitch stream in a while. Now we are leaning more towards streaming on YouTube.
It's just, because it lives forever too.
Yeah. So we don't have any kind of a regular streaming schedule at this point, but that will be some kind of a flexible type of maybe a video or something.
We normally will be like, hey, like, here's something we're going to do, and we'll announce it, and then we'll do it. Like,
I think sticking to a super strict streaming schedule is just a bit too much.
But that being said, Jamie did reference the retro game stuff. That is going to be coming back, and I also think I'm going to do it once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Just the weekly thing becomes a commitment that I have a hard time matching. Mm-hmm. So anyway, stay tuned. That's going to be on the Foster the Meeple Twitch channel.
Yes. Video games are easier on Twitch, for
I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do, what I'm going to play, waiting for a Steam Deck to arrive.
Waiting to steal a Steam Deck from Jeff.
once that arrives, I'm going to get my little setup going, and we'll be off to the races, but stay tuned for that.
We also did our 24-hour Gameathon this year, which is how we launched ourselves into Twitch, which was very
ill-planned.
Stupid of us to do.
Ill-planned.
It was ill-planned. Okay, so we did the 24-hour Gameathon. I don't want to talk about, you're going to ask, like, are you going to do it next year? We'll wait for next video, and we'll talk about it then. But considering that we didn't really know a lot about what we were doing on Twitch and stuff, it went really well. Mm-hmm. Like, here's what we messed up on. We started at midnight.
Bad idea.
And everybody afterwards, like, why wouldn't you start at like 6 a.m.? And we're like, good idea. Mm-hmm. Why didn't you tell us that before we did this stupid thing? Anyways, so we started at midnight and pushed until midnight the following night. And every hour we had a different guest, which, well, not some people we gave a little bit more time, but that was the other thing, to keep up every hour doing that. And then, like, you never know if a game's going to run long. So we were like trying to like rush through games with people. Like, the best part about it was that we got to hang out with so many people.
And
like,
a lot of
Ruel and Thinker Themer, and we had Ilian Tyler and Monique and Naveen and Tim, and we had so many people, and it was awesome because we don't typically get to spend time with our friends from around the world like that. And so that was great, but it just needs to be planned maybe a little bit better.
Yeah, I think when we do it next time, which I'm not going to get into because we'll talk about it in the future, we just need to be a little bit more like, hey, maybe we don't plan to have someone every hour.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's like, hey, we're going to have like 3 or 4 guests through the full period.
Yes.
And that'll be it.
We have better equipment now. Also, like, I will say,
hopefully I won't be sick.
Yeah, that was the other thing. Jeff got sick.
Yep.
And
I was very sick.
Oh my God. Well, it's because he was on antibiotics, which of course make you super nauseous and tired and all of these things. And so like I started it, basically I did a whole long shift by myself, which is fine because I play lots of solo games anyway, but it was a struggle that it happened.
I think that point. And also like in retrospect that I would have liked to have been more of a part of, because it is just playing games, like I don't have the stamina.
No.
But like I was sick the whole time, so I didn't even really get to like enjoy it. You know, I was just getting through it. It was just like,
totally,
let's just get through it.
Crazy. So that was the Gameathon. We'll talk more about it in our next video. I did want to mention to our Discord, we've already talked about it, but we're almost at 2,000 members now, which is crazy because I did watch our video last year and we had just hit we were just about to hit 1,200. And so now we're at 2,000. So just another shout out to the Discord if you want to come join. It's a great time in there. We've got lots of different channels. We just added a war gaming channel.
We did just add a war gaming channel.
And a bunch of other, it's just a good time in there.
Quick shout out too. There's been a few people recently that are like, hey, long time lurker, you know, first time commenter or whatever. I don't know how to express this. But if you are feeling like you are in the Discord or you're not, or you're anxious about joining the Discord because you don't, message me. I'm willing to help you navigate Discord. I'm willing to help you. I get it. And I just don't want people to not fully embrace the experience, because I've also had people reach out and be like, hey, like, thank you for building this community. It's like my safe space. It's all of these things. And I don't want people to miss out on that opportunity because they're shy or whatever. Like we've built this community to be inclusive and friendly. And if you're worried about that, don't be.
Don't be. There's no meanies or weenies allowed in our Discord.
We will eliminate those people from our Discord very quickly if you're experiencing that. But yeah, I just want to, because it is something I care probably the most about of everything we do. And I just want it to continue to grow because I think it's a wonderful spot and we have amazing people that are in there.
Also just want to do a big shout out to the moderators of our Discord who make our lives not only easier, but just better because they're all amazing people.
Yeah, they are. And they, most of them have been with us like from the very beginning. I don't express this enough, and I know they're all going to watch this video. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart and Jamie's, thank you for, I know it's like, you know, a small thing, but it goes so far. You guys are incredible. What's the word I'm looking for?
Humans.
You're incredible humans, but like...
moderators.
That's not the word I'm looking for. Promoters of our channel, and you treat everyone with just respect, and I appreciate every single one of you, and thank you for, you know, doing what you do to help, you know, navigate that Discord space.
Yeah, so shout out to Tim, Joe, Leanne, and Jeffo.
Yeah, and again, another special shout out to Joe, because Joe also runs or helps run all of our BGA stuff.
Our tournaments and our members.
Yeah, he gets people access to our group, and he lines up games.
We got to meet Joe this year.
We did get to meet Joe this year, which was phenomenal.
Yeah.
But yeah, Discord, check it out.
Yeah.
Please. Would love to have you join.
We got a brand new board game table this year.
We did. This beautiful thing.
And we still haven't done a fully dedicated video, but it is coming.
It is, yeah.
The hard part of doing it, that I'll say, is it is in our studio, which means we need to tear down literally everything to do it.
Yep.
But the video is coming. Spoiler alert. We love it. Our table's from Rathskellers. It's called The Altar. It's amazing. It has literally all the gizmos and everything in it, and it's freaking phenomenal.
It is incredible, and I will just say quickly, Rathskellers, just for transparency, Rathskellers is an official partner of the channel, so thank you to them. That was definitely a highlight of 2023 for us when that all kind of came to be. We love them. We need to send them some sour candy.
Yep.
But yeah, the table is incredible, and we're looking forward to showing it off more.
I started working in board games this year.
You did.
So that's a totally new thing that happened. For anybody that doesn't know, I did get a job in board games for Van Ryder Games. So that's a totally new avenue of life for me for 2023, which is really exciting, and I'm really excited to keep doing that.
It's an incredible change for you.
It is an incredible change. I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're working in that corporate world,
I don't know who you're throwing that out to, but
just in general, because most people are. I know how much it sucks. I really, really do. So leaving that and going into an industry and a role and chasing your passion is very worth it.
If you have the ability to do it.
If you have the ability to do it. Not everybody does, but I did, and thank God, because my soul was being crushed. We did 2 tournaments again this year. We had said we'll do maybe more, and then we didn't, but we are hoping to do more this upcoming year. But we did Marvel Dice Throne, which was super fun. And we did Villainous again.
Those are always going to happen, I think.
Yeah, those are 2, like...
I think we're going to
try to do them a little bit differently.
Yeah, we're going to keep iterating on how we do them to get them a little bit more streamlined and a little bit more interactive and that sort of thing. But they're fun. They're fun. It's just, it's tough.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's tough on the back end to edit all that stuff out, yeah.
And it's a lot of time. Villainous took us 2 days to do.
It did, yeah.
It was crazy.
Like... 2 full days.
So what we did last year and what I would like to do this year is talk about our most surprising games of the year. So we each came prepared with a list, and we're not going to like talk a ton about them, but you know, these might not be our favorite games of the year, but they surprised us. So I want to talk about that. Jeff, what's your first one?
My first one is Nana, because this list couldn't exist without Nana.
That was my number one new to me game of the year.
So
no, not on this list.
Nana was introduced to us via Nick from the Brothers Murph, the Mother's Birth, whatever you want to call them.
Our brother from another mother.
Love those guys. Go check them out, please. Nana is Gamers Go Fish, which is a lot of the ways people identify this game. And again, not going to go into it, but it's basically a super fun set collection game. It is difficult to find. It is Japanese.
Yeah, you can get Trio.
But Trio is released this year and readily available, and it's basically the same game. Don't tell Emily over at Table Notes.
Don't tell Emily. Can't let her know. My first one on my list is Bottom of the Ninth. Okay.
I didn't put this on my list, and I should have.
Yeah, so this game, I randomly found it at Gen Con. I saw it was like, I bet Jeff might like this.
Oh, yeah.
It is, I don't even know how to explain this game other than you're playing baseball. Like, it's literally one person's a batter, one person's a pitcher, and you're rolling for your pitches, and then and there's a real-time element. Once again, not going to get too far into it, but
I could talk about that game for a while.
Is like a hidden gem. And we just played it the other night.
And you're not a baseball fan.
I'm not a baseball fan, which is why it's on my list, because I bought this for Jeff, thinking, like, Jeff's probably going to like this, and I'll suffer through it, and it'll be great. We played this the other night again, and then immediately the game ended. I was like, we got to play it again. And I suck at this game. Like, I cannot get a freaking hit. I love it. It's amazing. It was definitely a huge surprise for me.
Not on my list, because I don't think it was as a surprise, because I do love sports. I do love baseball. This game, though, man, if you can find a copy, it's so good. Next up for me is going to make Jamie very happy, because it's a button shy game, and that is Revolver Noir.
Yes.
Revolver Noir we've talked about it a ton, so I'm not going to get into it. If you're interested in looking it up, feel free to do so. It is a 1v1 shooter. It feels like James Bond, 007, GoldenEye. It feels like that type of video game. It is a hidden movement game, 18 cards, button shy wallet size, and you're just playing out cards, moving around this house, and taking shots at each other to do damage. First one to do 2 shots wins.
Yep.
There's a ton more to it, but that's the basic premise, and I've fallen completely in love with it. You can play it literally anywhere.
The next one on my list is Raw.
Oh, that's a good shout.
Right? Because we don't typically like bidding mechanics in that type of game. We played this, though. We played like the updated version at GaggleCon, and it was awesome.
It was.
I was not expecting to like it. I didn't really know anything about it. I knew that it was like a classic popular game, and we played it, and I loved it, and it was great.
I think it's because the negotiation in it isn't really like, the bidding in it isn't really like constant. You bid, and that's...
Yeah, you bid, and you really know what you want, and you can very clearly see what other people's want.
Because I agree with you.
Yeah.
Next up for me is a little card game we only actually played once, and I really want to play it again. And it was being played at PAX while we were there, which I love to see. And that is Deadly Dowagers. Deadly Dowagers is a little card game where basically you are trying to marry and kill off your husbands on repeat. Yep. And as you kill them off, there's really interesting ways that you can kill them. You are going to be getting dowry, money, and that's basically victory points. So the further you get along this track, the more lucrative these types of gentlemen you're wedding, killing are going to get you more money. That kind of moves you up the social stratosphere, and then you can attract more influential men, and then you can kill them again. You can kill them with poison, you can kill them with knives, you can kill them with all these crazy things.
Murder.
Very good. It was really cool to see it being played at PAX.
Yeah. My next one is Colorado. A game that we played with the Doolins when they came to visit. We were at the Boredom Game Cafe. Doolin randomly picked it up, or you randomly picked it off the shelf, and we're like, hey, this doesn't look hard, let's try it. None of us had played it before. Bada bing, bada boom. Instant classic.
It was.
That game is amazing.
I'm so glad I grabbed it off the shelf.
We went back again. We played it again. And we're like, this is great. I love it.
We bought a copy.
We didn't.
I could have sworn
it doesn't exist in this house.
Did we not
I think Doolin bought a copy.
Did we not play it while they were here at the house, though?
We played it online with them after.
That's probably it.
Yeah.
Next up for me is probably the shock of the year for how much I hate its initial iteration of this game. And that is Modern Art, the card game.
Oh, yeah. That would be one for you.
I despise Modern Art. I know a lot of people love that game, and if you do, all the power to you.
Good for you.
Love that you love it.
I love that journey
do
for
not.
you.
Modern Art, the card game, though, parsed that game down enough for me that I actually loved it.
So good.
It is, in my opinion, the better version of Modern Art.
Play that at GaggleCon.
Have a set of cards in your hand, and those set of cards are artists, and then you're just playing them out. You don't have like money chits and all of these things. It's just cards, and you're influencing whose art is the most important with those cards.
My next one is Gap.
Oh, yeah, good show.
Another card game. This one's from Arcane Wonders, and we got it when we were at Gen Con. Yes, Gen Con. Yeah. I sat down with Bree from Arcane Wonders for a little meeting, and she's like, hey, have you seen this game? I was like, no. She's like, oh, well, let's just play a quick hand.
Beautiful
And I was like, this game's amazing. And we played it a bunch after that at Gen Con specifically, and I was like, I don't know what it is about card games.
Yeah. I hear you.
But they're amazing. And this one is so shiny. It's pretty. I loved it. And I didn't hear anything about it beforehand. I barely have heard anything about it afterwards. And I don't know why, because this game is freaking awesome. I expected nothing, and I got everything.
Yeah. Fair. Agree. The cards in that game are incredible. Just for cards.
So shiny.
Last one for me is a game I got to play in Kentucky with Max, Doolin, and Kenny, and that is Zoo Vadis.
I knew that was going to be on your list.
I cannot wait to play this game again. I think there is a very likelihood that this game ends up really high up on my all-time game lists if I can play it more. I will admit it requires the right type of group, but I think you could probably argue that for a lot of games.
That's true.
They're going to be better with better people and certain people and that sort of thing. But Zoo Vadis is a light-ish negotiation game where you are moving up this track, and if you get to the top, you are able to score. Anyone that doesn't get to the top does not score at all. There are some crazy little things that can happen. You can give people your asymmetrical ability. It's very light, but very mean, very cutthroat, and with the right type of group, I think is one of the best gaming experiences you can have.
My last one. I know you all think of me as an Uwe hater. For years, I thought the same of myself. And then Jeff gets this game, and I'm like, ugh, what is that? At the Gates of Loyang? That looks dumb.
Really? That's on your list?
It's on my list.
You did like that a lot.
I loved this game,
yeah.
and I don't know
Is that your favorite Uwe? Do you like it more than Hallertau? Because I know you also liked Hallertau.
Do I like it more than New York Zoo? Probably not. Like, think about
it.
Uwe also has, like, Sagani and all of those games.
That's true.
But this game shocked me because there's a certain kind of Uwe game that I like.
Patchwork.
Sagani, Patchwork.
Nova Luna.
Framework.
Yeah.
New York Zoo. And then there's a type that I tend to not like.
The Furman
Agricola. Haven't played Caverna, but Convernabla. Probably. Okay. At the Gates of Loyang, though.
You liked Hallertau.
I did like Hallertau. It's more of a joke at this point. But anyways, I really like this, and I did not expect to because I didn't know anything about it. It's an older game. It doesn't look like much.
It looks like a Nouveau.
It looks like a Nouveau game. And yeah, it blew me away. We played it, and I think I liked it more than you did. I
think you did too. I mean, that being said, I do like Agricola and Caverna and those things, and Hallertau more.
These things are true. That's on my list. This was a big surprise for me. Favorite video of the year. I know mine, and it's probably yours too. You
didn't let me prepare this.
I didn't prepare it, but we both know it was the draft video where we were announcers
100%.
for Nick and Mike when 100%. They did their Desert Island draft.
100%.
That was so much fun to do. If you haven't watched that video, I will link it down below. I recommend it. If you're in for a little silly nonsense, please do watch it because I spent a lot of time on it because it was so much fun.
It was a
blast.
Regrets.
Yeah. That's probably yours.
Yeah, that's 100%.
Yeah.
Jamie schedules a lot of our content. With publishers, with ideas she has. That one was just us sitting here, like
being idiots,
watching their video and being like, we should do a response video. And then I was like, and then we can. It was one of the only times that we've really
we've
kind of just
many
jived.
Ideas like that, but it was the only time that we've acted upon one of those ideas.
But you know what I mean? Like, it was just one of those things where, like, we watched it, and then you were like, imagine we did this. And I was like, well, what if we did it like this? And it was like, it became...
And then we just did it.
Became this thing that we just did, and that was awesome. And they really liked it, which was obviously beneficial, and we love those too, so...
So last thing we usually do is just our favorite thing of the year. Just favorite thing in general. I'm going to say it's always going to be people related. Pretty much all the time.
I've gotten to play some awesome online games with awesome people. This year, I mean, I do tend to play with a lot of my content creator friends, but like this year I got to play with people I've never played before. Like I've been playing Patchwork with Naveen nonstop. I got to play with Joe a ton playing Boop. I'm now currently playing Votes for Women with Kevin Bertram, who runs Fort Circle Games, which is really cool. I just appreciate asynchronously playing online games with people from everywhere. Yeah. And I just want to shout out, if you're watching this video, I can't play with everyone, but I try to play with as much people as I can. Feel free to shoot me a message or whatever. I would love to play games with you. The best way to do that is to join the Discord.
What are you waiting for?
And get in there. But yeah, it's awesome that there's so many cool people that just love playing games. And it always amazes me because every time I meet someone new, I'm like, you're where you been my whole life?
Where you been my whole life? I think for me, it's once again, it's always going to be the people. Just as a whole, I definitely think we've built a lot of really good relationships this year.
Yeah, 100%.
And developed a lot of good relationships this year with our friends, with new people in the hobby, with different publishers, and even the Rathskellers people, like all of these different things. So I think the relationships for sure. But I would say like a big thing this year is we have a consistent in-person gaming group now that we play with, and it has been great to be able to play games that it's not just for content, because that is definitely a struggle for us. And so when our friends come over, it's like, okay, well, we've played all these games, they would love them, so we get to play games that we love over and over again. Or
it's Matt, and he's like, can we play Flick of Faith for the 100th time?
And we will, because Flick of Faith is awesome. Matt and I love that game. But it's just been really nice to have, like, I know if we're like, hey, everybody's going to come over on this date, who wants to come? We're going to have at least, like, 4 people around the table, if not 5 or 6 if we want it. And then we also have, like, a every other week kind of thing, which is stalled for, like, the holidays and stuff. But, like, it's just been nice, and we've met some more local people. Like Kyle has come over, and so I just think it's been nice that we've been playing more in person with people as well.
Yeah, I think just to piggyback off that quickly. I know I'm sticking with my response, but I do just feel like this year, to go back to the steady theme, this is the first year that I feel like we've finally got to a nice spot with the channel.
Yeah.
People know who we are. They know what we do, publishers and viewers. We've built really good publisher relationships. We've had some hectic years, personally, leading up to this year.
Yeah, big time.
Negative and positive. And this year was the first time I felt like things are good.
Things are good, yeah.
Like,
things felt good, yeah.
Clearly, as we've mentioned, there was a really tough situation that we went through. But that being said, like, it was just a good, consistently steady year. Yeah. No
major blow-ups.
Yeah, it was
like
just,
that.
It was a nice, just chill year.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe
We've had many not of those. I'm sure many people can relate.
Yeah.
So that is kind of 2023 in a nutshell. We're really excited for 2024 and what that's going to bring. Our next video is going to be our 2024 board game resolutions, which we do every year. So stay tuned for that to see kind of what we got going on in these. The word is donker that is coming to my head, and that is not a word.
Everyone out there.
My donker.
We are now calling noggins donkers.
My donker.
Forever.
It's just stuck here in my donker. Anyways, that's the next video. If you are interested in board games, like any of the many we mentioned today, or maybe you even see behind us, you should first start by checking your friendly local gaming store. And for us, that is...
the Boardroom Game Cafe.
Oh, heck yeah, it is. You like snacks?
I do.
Perfect. Where do people get snacks?
Munch Pack.
Love to see it. And if you like what you see...
please subscribe.
We hope to see you again soon. And now we say goodbye. Goodbye! Well, if I look at the sides and they're equal. The side by the lamp and the side by my lamp, equal blue.
Okay. They're not, but...
they are.
They're not.
What?
This one, the one on your side, is almost double the one on my side.
No, it is not. Jeff, sorry, excuse us for a minute. This is your side. That's my side, so it's just a little teeny.
Oh, so was I right?
No, because it wasn't double.
Jamie, here's the problem.
It wasn't double.
Sometimes you need to just admit when you're wrong.
No,
just be like, hey, you know what?
Wrong.
You know what, Jeff? You were right. It was slightly to my side.
I wasn't wrong.
Why is that a thing for you?
I wasn't wrong. It was slightly, but it wasn't double. Exactly. Not today.